You got the touch.
Hey everyone, today's movie. It was good. I don't believe it. It was actually fucking good. Oh my god, it took us 11 years in the 6th movie in this goddamn franchise, and we finally got something good. Let's talk about Bumblebee. Bumblebee, brought to us by Travis Knight, shows us what a good live-action Transformers movie can be. Starring the titular character Bumblebee as he is sent from Cybertron by Optimus Prime to go to Earth and basically safeguard it until the rest of the Autobots could meet there. Along the way, he meets a human girl by the name of Charlie, played by Hailee Steinfeld. Together, they learn to fill in the gaps they were missing. Bumblebee's on a new planet, lost. Charlie is getting over something particular in her life and trying to move on, and together they forge a friendship. And holy shit, this is a good fucking movie. Yes, I know a lot of people are going to talk about the conventions. This is more or less a boy and their dog, or should we put it, a girl and her robot movie. But the story is very simple. This isn't trying to be overcomplicated. It's just about her befriending a robot, Bumblebee. And there's a lot of heart in this movie. The connection between Charlie and Bumblebee is really strong. You feel their emotions as they, like I said, try to fill in the gaps where both of them kind of feel on this world lost. Charlie, even though she lives there, is feeling lost because of personal reasons. Bumblebee because he's on a new planet and he's having to deal with the fact that he can no longer talk. There's a lot of upside to this movie. John Cena's in this as the military person, and he's pretty good in it. He's not bad. Actually, he has one of the funniest lines in the movie. The only thing I have a problem with John Cena is his facial expressions. He seems to be still in that wrestling mode, so he kind of like sells pain a little bit too much. He needs to pull back on it, but it was nice to see him play more or less a straight character. I mean, he was kind of jokey. Some of it didn't work, but that could also be blamed on the screenwriting. Now, Travis Knight, the director of Kubo and the Two Strings, and basically the lead person for Leica Animation Studios, who did Coraline, Box Trolls, and Paranorman. They're doing the upcoming Bigfoot movie, and also the heir to the Knight family fortune. So he didn't really have to go into it, but you can see his fingerprints all over it. As the movie's smaller, it's more touching. There's more feelings between the characters, and the fight scenes are choreographed beautifully. The end fight scene between Bumblebee and one of the main bad guys is jaw-drop. It's like literally John Wick shot good. And it's between two robots. Usually in these Transformers movies, when two people are fighting, you can't tell what the hell's happening because no one's really distinguishable from the other person or the other robot. And it's also all such either shot too rapidly, cut too quickly, too many edits. Also, too many sparks and flares. This one did have explosions, but they were never excessive. Hailee Steinfeld as Charlie was really good. I liked her role. She played an 80s kid very well. Give props to the set designers and whoever, and costume designers. Everyone looked very 80s. The music was very 80s. And that's going to lead me to my first probably negative thing, and only like a few little quibbles I had with this movie. One, if I'm going to make this complaint about Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, I have to make it here. The music was really overbearing at times. Yes, I understand this was the 80s, and they did represent that with the music, but at times they beat you over the head with it. At one point when they first introduced Charlie, I think they literally played like 4 different 80s songs within a 5-minute span. And it was like, yes, I get it, it's the 80s, can we move on? Even though I did like a lot of the music, they played the Smiths. Of course, they're going to play Never Gonna Stop Me Now, homages to the Breakfast Club, stuff like that. But at times they did go a little bit overboard. I don't know where to put this, but yes, once again, there's the military involved in the Transformers. This one made a lot more sense than the other ones, and it didn't really dominate the movie. It had more to do with the Decepticons. The opening 10 minutes on Cybertron are jaw-droppingly gorgeous. At first, when I saw it on the first trailer, I thought it was going to look like a video game, like War for Cybertron. It did, and it exceeded my expectations. It looked gorgeous. It had Autobots and Decepticons from the G1 franchise that I actually knew. And it's nice to see a movie where like they didn't just freaking kill everyone off the back. So it's not more like, oh look, like in Revenge of the Fallen, you know, Ravage comes on, you go, oh, that's Ravage, and then he gets killed, and you go, oh, there goes Ravage, bye. Like I said, the fight scenes are very well choreographed. They almost felt like real people at times. There's a point where Bumblebee jumps up the arm of the bad guy, grabs him by the other arm, and then spins him over and puts him into an arm bar. All the while, Charlie is running past them, but like the battle never gets, you know, you never get lost on who's fighting who. The end is a little bit too cleaned up. Also, another problem with the trailers, I kind of wish they would have kept Optimus out of the trailers, but I had no other problem with that. The love interest was but at least it didn't go into Predictableville at the end. I like that part. And the good thing about it is this sets up, I believe, a reboot. While Bumblebee at the end does go into a version of himself we know, it also feels like this is paving way for something completely new. I really dug Bumblebee. I walked out of that theater not believing I finally saw a good Transformers movie. And all it did is to get that Michael Bay the hell away from the franchise. He does get a producing credit on this, but he gets a producing credit on this in the same way he gets a producing credit on the Purge movies. Just because. That's pretty much all I have to say. I'm at a loss for words at how much I enjoyed this movie. I'm going to give Bumblebee an 8.5. Highly enjoyable, a lot of fun. I felt more emotion than I thought I was going to feel with this movie. So, yeah, I'm pretty blown away. I think I only have one more movie for this year, and that's about it. But it's been a good year, so anyway, did you see Bumblebee? What did you think about it? Let me know in the comments below. Like, subscribe, and bye.
You got the touch.